Should I do some sort of thing where I like sit down in a cool way? Tonkatsu, Japanese-style fried pork cutlets. I want to show you guys this recipe because I make it all the time. And I make it all the time because it's delicious and it's, if I had to describe it with one word, it'd be indulgent. We've got crispy pork cutlets, sriracha coleslaw, and a mayo dipping sauce. Let's check it out. I buy big packs of pork cutlets, thinly sliced, and then I separate them into 1 meal portions and freeze them in Ziplocs. And then on a day that I'm going to cook this dish, I just grab a pack to unfreeze. So I'm going to preheat my pan on the stove so that it gets ripping hot by the time I need it. I set it on 3, but you might need to experiment. Okay, so starting with the green cabbage, I'm going to clean it up a little bit. And I take the core out and the outer peel. And that goes all in the compost. I'm going to use the julienne to slice this really thinly. If you don't have a julienne, then you can just use your knife skills. So I'm adjusting it here to get it so it's really thin. And I'll show you. Yeah, it's really thinly sliced. And this is kind of to your preference, so do what you want to do in terms of the thickness. Okay, so we're going to slice about 1/4 of a large green cabbage up. And then I'm going to make the coleslaw sauce by combining a good amount of mayo. I had to scrape my jar here. I was getting down low. A little fork of miso. This is shiro miso. And a little less than half a lemon worth of lemon juice. A little distilled white vinegar. Just a splash here. And a squirt of sriracha. Okay, I'm gonna mix that up. I mix it up before I put in the cabbage because I find the miso doesn't mix in well if you just try to mix it all at once. So then I mix that together. Okay, so the coleslaw's done. So now we can work on the dipping sauce. I just take 1 small garlic clove, and I don't smash it because I'm gonna grate it. So I grate that. And then I grate an aggressive amount of ginger. I'm putting in some more mayo. You want about a 1-to-1 ratio of Tonkatsu sauce, which is the stuff you can get at like the Asian market or online. It's a Japanese Worcestershire sauce that's thick and sweet. So now we're gonna bread the cutlets. So I'm whipping up an egg here. And I'm gonna get out some flour. Just put a little bit in my plate here, and then I'm going to go through and I'm going to coat all my pork just straight out of that bag that I had in the freezer. Then we've got some panko breadcrumbs, and you're going to need more than you think you do. You need like a lot. So you'll see I'll use all that up. Okay, so I'm dipping it in the egg, coating it well, letting it drip off a little bit. And I'm going to lay it in the breadcrumbs, and I'm going to kind of press it down a little bit. To get it thoroughly coated, you really need to go back and forth a couple times and keep tapping on it. So now I'll go through and I'll bread all of my pork cutlets. Okay, and I'm going to bring my cutting board right on over to the stove, squirt a large amount of oil in there. You want like the bottom well covered, because you want all the nooks and crannies to be in contact with the hot oil. Now I'll lay my cutlets in and let those cook for, I think it was 1 minute and 10 seconds. And remember, I preheated this pan, so it's pretty ripping. Your oil shouldn't burn when you put it in, but it should be pretty hot. And this is what you're going for, a golden brown crust. After you flip them, the sooner you sprinkle a little salt on it, the better, because the salt's not going to stick after the oil has congealed. So you want to get it on while the oil's hot. And then that'll cook for like another minute or something. And those are done. So they're golden brown and crispy on both sides. Okay, and I'll plate up with my coleslaw on the side. And my dipping sauce I'm just going to leave in my little cup there. And so I had a lot of little trimmed pieces because I cut this out of a bone-in set of pork chops. So I had all these little guys, and they made kind of like little pork nuggets, and it worked pretty well. So yeah, it was delicious. This stuff goes really well together, and you guys should try it out. Make it for yourself. Enjoy.